everybody. How are we all doing? Hold on. We are starting a live session simultaneously on Facebook and Instagram, so let's do this. Working well on Facebook, so everybody who's here and everyone who's watching the recording, thank you for your beautiful presences. And we're now starting on Instagram. Yay, it's working. Hello, beautiful people. So happy to have you all here. So thrilled to be talking about these amazing subjects that we do talk about a lot in our Cardinal Method course in Human Nature and the Cardinal Method Practitioners course and our mentorship programs and the meditations programs. But we also have so many people who are getting to know the Cardinal Method, who are getting to know this work. So it's wonderful to see you all here. Some people I haven't seen in so long. Hello, everyone. Hey, Deb, beautiful Cardinal Method practitioner here. So good to see you. And a lot of people who I've known for so long. It's wonderful. This is amazing. So if you're watching the recording, if you're here live, ask any questions that you want, because tonight we're going to talk about focusing on what we want. So just so you guys know, hey, Vanada, good to see you, my love. Thank you for your presence here. So I'll be going back and forth between Facebook and Instagram, just so you guys know. But I will be so thrilled if you ask your questions, if you share your experiences. Hey, Deb, so good to have you. And even under the recording, just comment whatever comes to your mind, okay? So for those of you who don't know, we have a newsletter that every Sunday I share in email whatever needs to be talked about in our community. And there's also usually a YouTube video that talks about it. So this video is there in my channel. It's called Focus on What You Want. That video's been there for a little while, and some people have watched it, some people have commented on that video. And I decided to go back to that one and just take another round of connection, because what happens when you are in a personal growth process, that's an ascending spiral. So you sometimes go back to the same place, but from another higher, more expanded perspective. And this is something, it seems to be a recurring issue or a recurring energetic blockage that people deal with. And in the Cardinal Method, what we're doing is releasing blockages so that your life can flow more abundantly. What the Cardinal Method does is release blockages in your life, right? So the first step you need to take to start releasing blockages from your life, to start manifesting what you want to lead a happy life, is your thinking. You need to work on your thinking and your mindset. And we need to be practical about it, because too much theory actually halts your life process. When we know a lot, we have a lot of, shelf help. We read a lot of books, but we don't practice. We're actually creating more blockages because the mind is so overflowing with information, right? So I want you to be a practical person. Hi, Hui, another beautiful practitioner here, Cardinal Method practitioners. Always present, right? I love it. We have such a beautiful community. So your focusing on what you want, is the first step you need to take in your manifestation process. If you want to manifest a good life, you need to start focusing on your mind on what you want, because this is literally science. Energy is just as scientific as matter. We come from a materialistic culture that, hijacks science and only believes that it's something scientific only if it's in the material realm. But the best universities in the world now all have meditation departments and are acknowledging energy and the subtle realities, and our quantum physics is proving what shamans used to say in ancient cultures thousands of years ago. So I love it. Hi, Facebook people. Hello. Beautiful. Wonderful to see you. So I really believe that we need to start becoming more practical with our manifestation process, but this doesn't mean that we don't need to know a little bit of the science behind it. So the first step you need to take, this is scientific, this is the law of attraction associated with many other natural laws that are now being scientifically understood by our academic scientific institutions, right? I know Harvard University has created a long-term partnership with Buddhist monks, including the Dalai Lama. In 2004, they published a beautiful work about how heavy emotions can create diseases and all that. But we want to focus on what we want here. So if you want to manifest the best of life, the first step you need to take is your purity of mind. It's starting to focus on what you want. And I'm going to give you an example of how this works, okay? If you focus on what you want, if you direct your mind, the power of your mind to what you want, you're going to create a better reality in the future. If you don't like the reality you're living in right now, you created that in the past, possibly unconsciously, possibly without realizing it, because we spend way too much time focusing on things we don't like and things we do not want. So your mind focus is key to create your reality. So whatever is going on right now in your life, and I would love for you guys to participate if you would be willing, just think of something that you want in your future, in your very near future, or in, maybe long term. Just think of something you want and don't think too much. Feel it. It's better if you feel it. What is it that do you want to travel to a beautiful place? Do you want to buy your perfect home? Do you want to live somewhere that's better than where you live right now? Just think of something, and if you want to share it here, you're going to help a lot of people get insights, because the more we participate and create something together, the more other people will benefit. You can benefit a stranger with your story. So, hi Todd, hi, I love it, wonderful to see you. Hi Nirvana, beautiful. So why don't you guys share very briefly one thing that you want to manifest. Focus on what you want. What is it that is not here in your life right now that you would love that thing to be in your life in the very near future, or maybe a few years from now? Just think about it and share it here. Hopefully someone will share that, right? Hello. So many beautiful people. Okay. So since everybody is a little thoughtful, right? Focusing on what you want, no one is sharing anything yet. I will just think of a hypothetical situation. Let's say, okay, Deb's saying a different career. Okay, cool. Great example. If you want a different career in your life, start focusing on it. And what is it that I want to share with you? This is the image that everybody talks about in the self-help or spiritual world and personal growth world. It's the iceberg image. Your mind is like an iceberg, okay? Your conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. It's 1 to 10% of your mind. 90 to 99% of your mind is the iceberg that's immersed underwater that you can't see, okay? And some people used to say this back in the 80s and 90s, that we don't use 90% of our brain capacity, and that is now known as something that's not accurate. We use 100% of our brain capacity, but 10% to 1% is conscious and 90% is unconscious. When you're using your conscious mind, you are very aware of what you want. When you're focusing on your conscious mind, whatever it is that you're doing, what happens is that 90% of the time we are on autopilot. So we are not thinking about what we want. We may be complaining. A lot of people tell me, I have no time to meditate. I don't feel like it. It takes too long. And I ask them, how many minutes in your day do you take? If you would count your waking life minutes, do you complain? If you would add up your complaining. Oh, I hate the traffic. I hate politics. I hate my president. I hate this. I hate that. How many minutes in your day do you focus on what you don't like, hence on what you don't want? unconsciously, autopilot mode, like, you know? So when you stop complaining, that's already a huge shift that you make. When you verbalize what you don't like, you're actually creating, energetically, you're creating a reality that's going to manifest in the near future. So if you do not yet have the perfect career, the career of your dreams, the career of your higher self, you've created a reality in which you are in a career that you don't love yet, right? That's because your mind focus was elsewhere. It was in a place or in a direction that you don't really want and that you don't really like. And you have chosen that path for many reasons, and we're not going to dive into each person's life story to unravel what led you to manifest a reality that you don't like or that you don't want. What I'm saying is that all the problems you have currently were created in your past. And the good news is, in the present moment, today is the past of your future, right? So in the present moment, if you start changing your mind focus to something you love, vibrationally, you're going to start shifting your reality and you will start to experience better life situations. So Deb has graciously and generously shared here, I want a different career. Hey, I see so many beautiful Cardinal Method practitioners here. Feel hugged and loved. I love you all. So start thinking, I'm so grateful, I so appreciate the career that I want. So do you see the difference? If your focus is, I don't like my career, you're going to be reaffirming and strengthening what you don't want. If you start shifting your mind focus to something you want, what's going to happen? And you can start literally already celebrating the future reality that you want to manifest by focusing on it. So what I'm saying is that most human beings waste a lot of their mind energy, a lot of their mental energy on things they don't like and then things they don't love. And the message here is, when you expand your consciousness, you heal your soul and you stop creating unwanted realities and you start creating the joy of life. Is that making sense? So your iceberg mind, let's say 10% conscious mind, 90% unconscious mind. If you use your conscious mind focus to direct itself in the reality that you want to manifest, you start hypnotizing your unconscious mind and you start changing your autopilot mode. So if your autopilot mode is complaining, if your autopilot mode is focusing on all the terrible things that go on in the external world, or someone hurt my feelings, I don't get along with my family, I don't like my job, the world doesn't understand energy healing. That used to be my complaint. That used to be my blame game in the world. Oh, the world doesn't understand energy healing. This is too hard. Why did I change careers? Because I did that too, Deb. You know a little bit of my story, right? I changed careers. I made that shift in my life. But the transition period could have been a lot more graceful had I focused most of my mind energy on celebrating that I was doing something I loved and that the world could understand energy healing better. And it's starting to happen, especially after the pandemic, right? You know, when you focus on your mind on what you want, you start immersing yourself in realities that are more aligned with what you want. So the moment I stopped complaining about the fact that people don't understand energy healing, and then I started understanding that my complaint was wasting my energy, and that I should, instead of focusing on what I didn't like and what I didn't want, I should start focusing on what I could appreciate. And if you focus on a little grain of sand of something you appreciate, it starts to grow. And you start finding other little grains of sand, and suddenly you have a beach. Because where energy goes, matter follows, and energy follows your mind, right? This is a very well-known statement that has been said for a long time right now, maybe 30 years now. So to manifest the reality you want, you need to go through the energetic level and the consciousness level. We exist in 3 levels: consciousness, energy, and matter. Today, we are living human beings in a human body, and we have a manifested reality. You want to change that? You need to change the vibrational frequency of your energy field. How do you change that? With your mind, with the focus of your mind. There are more steps to this manifestation process, which we're going to be diving into in the next live sessions that we're going to have. But it's a lot of knowledge. It's not difficult, but it's better for us to assimilate this, to internalize it in small baby steps. So right now, today, I want you to think about what you want and to start focusing on it. And to just stop giving your precious mind energy, to stop wasting your vital energy, the vital energy of your mind focus on things that you don't like and that you don't want. I'm not here to say that you should ignore the problems of the world, that you should pretend that unfortunate things are not happening in the world, but see if you can observe things, be aware of reality, instead of escaping it, instead of hiding from it. But do not waste your energy fighting against it, feeling depressed about it, because everything can change if we engage our minds in the shift. And if every single human being chooses to focus, chooses to use his or her mind to focus on better realities, we can create a better world for everyone. But right now, I want you to focus on your individual reality. We need to start with ourselves before we can help the world, right? So pay close attention to this. Start with yourself and start with baby steps. And soon you're going to be creating a very solid, beautiful structure. And what starts happening once you start focusing on what you want is that your vibrational frequency and your life experiences start becoming of better quality. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life experiences. So in your life path, the first thing you need to start doing if you want to change something in your life is to start changing your mind focus. And you're going to start having higher highs. And the best part is that you will have higher lows. So you're not going to stop having problems, okay? Everybody says new levels, new devils, right? But you can face the new devils with a lot more strength. You become stronger when you reach new levels. And the lows, the problems, because life is made of problems and solutions. You need to understand this. People need to believe this. Every problem has a solution. And complaining is not an option. It's not a solution option. Okay? When you complain, you're diving into the problem. When you focus on what you don't want and what you don't like, you're diving into the quicksand. So the message in this live session is only one. Focus on what you want so that you manifest the best of life. Start focusing on what you want with affirmations, because what is going to start happening is that the more you create affirmations, as I said, you start hypnotizing the 90% of the subconscious, unconscious mind. And you start purifying your unconscious mind. Your autopilot mode starts to change. So what starts happening is that you will start manifesting better life experiences. And when you manifest better life experiences, you will not have such problematic situations to deal with. People have different levels of problems, right? Some people everybody has problems. Don't try to fool yourself into thinking that some people have a paradise life and other people have a hell life. Your life is a mirror image of your mind focus to start with, but there are other contents in your inner world that create your life experience. But some things you have immediate control of. immediate individual control of. And what I'm saying here is that you can have immediate control of your focus. So start focusing on what you want so that you can manifest a better life. Stop focusing on things you don't like and things you don't want. And start understanding that life follows specific patterns. There are energetic laws, just as the world is full of material laws, right? I always give this example. People talk a lot about the law of gravity. So I'm going to grab this crystal here. If I drop this, Facebook people, this is really bright on Facebook. It's the camera here shows it a little more accurately, but it's beautiful, right? So if I drop this crystal, it's going to fall on the floor because there's something called the law of gravity that we're all familiar with from physics, from the material reality world. The same goes for your life experiences. Maybe you are not aware that the quality of your thoughts are mostly autopilot complaining, are mostly blaming the external world for things that you don't control or can't control. So focus on your ability to create a better life. Make an effort not to be a victim when you analyze what's going on with you. And don't be cruel with yourself, because a lot of people who start to get familiar with the power of their minds, with the law of attraction, they start falling into depression. They say, I am the worst life experience creator ever. There's no way that I can help myself, right? But yes, you can change. If you get the proper training, if you have the proper system to start changing your life, you can manifest beautiful life experiences. If you know how to train your mind, you will start creating major shifts in your life. There's a lot involved in this. It's not that simple, but it's not very difficult either. The first thing you need to work on is your commitment to change your life, to do your part to take the steps. Because if you're an adult human being, you cannot have the magic thinking that things will just magically fall on your lap, right? They will not fall in your lap if you don't have the proper mind focus. You do need to do your part, but it's not as hard as your resistance mechanisms tend to think. So we have a very protective ego. Your ego is going to try to protect you from what it believes is dangerous. Your reptilian brain, right, the very primitive brain, will interpret every unknown life situation as something dangerous. So some of the ways we use to protect ourselves from unknown situations, even if they're better for you, are to disqualify it. It's the unknown, so I can't trust this, blah, blah, blah. But what I want you to focus on is your heart. Take a deep breath. See if you can breathe all the way. Focus on how you feel right now and how you want to feel. And you can start changing your feelings immediately with your mind focus. You can do this experience right now on your own, right here. If you're watching the live session, if you're watching the recording, do this right now. Think of something you want. Deb has mentioned a career shift. Think of anything you want. You want to get married. You want to have a child. You want to have your dream home. You want a new car, or you want to sell your car and love public transportation. Whatever it is that's going to make you feel lighter. It's not about feeling heavy. It's about feeling lighter. I don't want you to think about things you don't want and love. I want you to think about something you want and you know that you will love. So do this, close your eyes. I always suggest that you place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth just for better alignment. In the Cardinal Method, we do a lot of this, right? In the Cardinal Method practices. So, and take one deep breath. It's a full breath cycle, in and out, with one mind focus. Focus on what you want. Breathe in and let it out. And observe how you feel. Does your body feel more relaxed? I thought about something awesome. And yes, my body feels more relaxed. Do you feel more trusting? Do you feel more loving? Do you feel like life is full of possibilities? And that you can start creating much more beautiful life experiences starting with your mind focus? Yes or no? Hopefully it's a yes, right? But listen, if you can't do it immediately, what starts happening with a lot of people is that the moment they start thinking about what they want, something starts barging in. Like, oh, I'm worried about this, my bills, I have a friendship issue, my best friend had a fight, I had a fight with my best friend, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Who is saying, I feel my body happy? Deb's saying yes, awesome. So I want you to think about that sensation, okay? But if something has barged in, if something not that pleasant was, calling your attention in a different direction, it's because as human beings, our unconscious mind is very polluted and we need to commit to purify it. One of the ways to purify it is by doing the Ho'oponopono practice. For those of you who are not familiar, Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian prayer. It was developed in Hawaii by beautiful shamans there, but it's also influenced by Christianity because the cultures there were not that loving at the time. There has been cultural contact and a lot of the belief systems there have shifted, but anyway, Ho'oponopono was created in Hawaii, and it's 4 sentences that you repeat to whatever unpleasant situation, person, whatever experience that's not that great. You say that prayer, the 4 sentences, which are, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Someone annoys you, something is getting you upset. You do the Ho'oponopono prayer. The feedback that I've gotten from a lot of people is that, Paola, I cannot do the Ho'oponopono prayer to someone who hurt my feelings. You don't know what so-and-so did to me. How can I say I love you to someone I don't love? How can I say I'm sorry to someone who hurt me in the first place? How can I say please forgive me to the person who hurt me? Right? How can I say thank you for that? If you can't do this because it's too hard, I'm not going to dive into the details of why the unpleasant situation happened because it would be a whole other live session, and I want you to focus on positive things. But if someone bothers you and it's polluting your mind, that situation is annoying. Instead of doing the Ho'oponopono prayer, maybe you can do something that's a little easier, which is to just say, I wish you the best. You want to liberate your mind from the weights that it's holding on to. You want to liberate your mind and your being from the things that have wounded and hurt you. Because if you don't let the weight go, you cannot have a lighter soul and you cannot have better life experiences. So in order for a different future to happen, right, you need to let go of whatever's polluting your inner world. So see if you can, instead of, first suggestion, do the Ho'oponopono prayer. If you can't do that, do something else. Just say, I wish you the best. Just release the person. Just release the situation. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. And then what starts happening is that you start feeling better. When you start feeling better, you feel more motivated to do what? To start focusing on what you want. So I'm not saying forget about the present moment situation. If it's annoying, if it's painful, right? Some people go through major problems. Whatever it is that you're going through, there is a solution to that. And it starts with your mind. If someone you love is going through a rough time. Hi, Ale. Thank you. Great. Hi. So many beautiful people. Beautiful cardinal method practitioners here, right? Deb is saying, my soul is smiling. Yes. So do you see it's a mind focus shift? Instead of complaining about the sad situation, do Ho'oponopono to it. And if it's too much to ask, you don't want to be a fake anyway. You want to respect your limitations. Don't force yourself into doing Ho'oponopono if you can't say I love you to someone you don't love and all the other, all the other genuine feedback that I've gotten. But see if you can say this: I send you the best. I send you the best. I wish you the best. I send you the best energy. I wish you the best. Start purifying your mind so that you have more energy to focus on what you want. Is that making sense? So hopefully this was useful for you. The first step to start manifesting what you want in your life is to change your mind focus, is to focus on what you want, start purifying your mind. There are other steps, as I said, that we're going to dive into in the next live session. We are going to start doing this on Instagram and on Facebook simultaneously. So share this with the people you know that will love this, right? That need to listen to this kind of content, that need this kind of little nudge to start changing their lives. And comment whatever it is that comes to you, because the more we share and the more we create a community together, we start creating synergy and we start growing as a group of people who wants the best of life, right? And so that we can multiply this and reach more people and see this beautiful vibration growing. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everyone who's watching the live session. I know that a lot of people are in different time zones and cannot be live with us, but I'm really very appreciative and grateful for your beautiful presences, especially the Cardinal Method practitioners and the Course in Human Nature people and the meditations people who are here as well. It's wonderful to see you all. Thank you for your beautiful participation. And Deb is saying perfect timing. It's always there's a lot of synchronicity in this kind of thing, right? So if you forward this to people you know will need to hear this, you will be helping someone. If you comment your experience, you may be helping a stranger. If you ask a question, we can dive deeper into this topic and we will be connected absolutely in the next live sessions to come. Okay? So thank you everybody. It's been amazing to see you all. Let's create more powerful, beautiful, vital vibrations for ourselves. I see more people hopping here online. This is recorded. It's going to be live. It's going to be recorded and it's going to be available for you. So I cannot wait for the next step of this journey, right? So stay tuned here. I will be publishing the new contents of what the next steps are to manifest a beautiful, amazing life. Thank you, beautiful, beautiful people. Have a beautiful rest of your day, night, wherever you are in your time zone. Much love to everybody. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.